What if I told you that the most terrifying moment in any relationship isn't the screaming, the accusations, or even the betrayal? It's the silence that follows when an empath finally stops caring. Stay with me, because what happens next will completely rewrite everything you thought you knew about emotional power. Carl Jung discovered something that most people never grasp until it's too late. He said that every psyche has a breaking point, not where it shatters, but where it transforms. And nowhere is this more evident than in the empath who reaches their threshold. You see people mistake an empath as caring for an infinite resource. But Jung research revealed something far more profound and, frankly, far more dangerous. Here's what most people don't understand about empaths. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll never take their compassion for granted again. According to Carl Jung, the human psyche operates through what he called psychological compensation. When something is suppressed for too long, it doesn't just disappear, it transforms into its opposite. The empath who has cared too much, given too freely, and loved too deeply eventually reaches what Jung termed the Enantiodromia, the point where things flip into their reverse. And when an empath stops caring, it's not gradual, it's absolute. Listen carefully to what happens in this moment, because this is where everything changes irreversibly. Carl Jung observed that empaths live in a constant state of emotional labor. They carry not just their own feelings, but everyone else's burdens. They feel the room's energy before they even enter it. They absorb pain like emotional sponges, believing they can heal what's broken in others. But Jung discovered something critical. This isn't sustainable. And when the breaking comes, it's not a breakdown. It's what point Jung called a breakthrough. Hear what Jung understood that will blow your mind. When an empath stops caring, they're not becoming cold. They're becoming whole. They're finally integrating what Jung termed their shadow. The part of themselves they're kept hidden. The part that knows how to say no. The part that understands not everyone deserves access to their heart. The part that recognizes some people are emotional vampires who will drain them dry. According to Carl Jung's theory of individuation, there comes a moment when a person must choose themselves. For most people, this happens naturally. But for empaths, this choice feels like betrayal because they've been conditioned to believe that caring for themselves is selfish. But Jung discovered that self-abandonment is the greatest violence we commit against our own psyche. When an empath finally stops this violence, something extraordinary happens. They don't lose their empathy, they gain their boundaries. Here's where it gets absolutely fascinating. Carl Jung said that the most powerful transformation happens in an instant of clarity. One moment the empath is still trying, still hoping, still pouring their energy into bottomless wells.